So the next 12 months in gaming will be incredible for sci-fi space fans. We're getting No Man's Sky 2, meant to say Starfield. Then there's the two Dead Space games in the works, and finally we have No Man's Sky, right now preparing for even more features and content sometimes in the near future. But while Hello Games is still doing their magic behind the curtains, there are even more reasons than ever to play No Man's Sky in 2022. And what better reason to start playing than a 55% discount using my code KhrazeNMS over at GOG.com. We're officially partnered with them for the month of June, and this is the only way you can get No Man's Sky this cheap off their website for a limited time. But No Man's Sky has vastly changed from what many might remember it back in the days. Up until a few years back, we were able to kinda keep tabs on the number of updates and features, but that's no longer feasible as Hello Games has been literally going into overdrive to release multiple large content updates every couple of months. And while that might come with its own disadvantages, the fact of the matter is that these updates become increasingly more ambitious and fun to play in. Just these past few months, we had Outlaws, an update that finally added piracy in No Man's Sky, where you can soar through the skies with a really cool brand new type of ship and command your very own squadron of pilots, among many other things. And before that, we had Sentinel, which completely overhauled the police system to be much deeper, more meaningful, and more intense than ever before. Now, for the longest time, No Man's Sky kept it pretty simple with its default experience. You start stranded on a random planet, need to pull yourself together, and then finally lift off in your own ship, point at which the game truly opens up and you get to do increasingly more interesting stuff. Whilst this might have become rather stale over the years, Hello Games recognized there is a definite need for a paradigm shift. So cue in Expeditions. If you ever got bored of the old No Man's Sky formula and want to try something new, this is the best way to rekindle your joy for space adventure and speedrun through some of the more boring and tedious aspects of this almost infinite sandbox. Expeditions are time-limited events that let you play through the game with a whole new set of rules, challenges, but also increasingly better unique rewards. This includes both character upgrades that you normally need to be quite far into the game to get, all the way up to account-wide cosmetics and claimable rewards that can further help you in your future adventures. I highly recommend jumping in it right now, as there's a 7th expedition called Leviathan still underway for about 2 more weeks, and who knows, some of you might even try to beat the sub 1 hour completion timer that No Man's Sky veterans have been fighting for the past few weeks. And if you happen to see this video after that is all over, then rest assured that there's still more incoming expeditions like this one, with also a likely repeat at the end of the year that will pretty much bring back any expedition that you might have missed in the meantime. But past all of that, there's a plethora of things to do and unlock in this game. Planet and biome exploration likewise is still one of the core gameplay loops of No Man's Sky, and it's been steadily improved upon over the years. From the more diverse and breathtaking environments to the new creature types and more random events you can find on many of the planets. But there's a new way and a new reason to find a perfect world for your character, as the game gives you the possibility to also create and govern your very own alien civilization. The settlement system comes with its own twist on base building, as you now get to decide on what gets built, what policy you want to focus on, and ultimately how to influence the lives of your fellow settlers, all while reaping hefty rewards without lifting a finger, well, unless, that is, you make some wrong decisions along the way, case in which you kinda have to defend your base against unwanted sentinels. You can bring it up a notch and go beyond that with the game's base building system. At the end of the day, this isn't called Minecraft in space for no reason, and base building is still a core gameplay loop of No Man's Sky. There have been several base building revamps over the years, with the most recent just the past few months. You'll get access to hundreds, if not thousands, of new base parts, decorations, and countless ways to customize your bases, and even make it completely automated in terms of of resource extraction in ways that you've never been doing before, like even have a full-on facility that generates a lot of resources, or just straight up money if you're too lazy to do any of that. Of course, while all of this does require some time and resource investment to get started, the game does give you almost endless possibilities, and the only limit is your own imagination when it comes to how you want to build and develop your own base. But despite everything that No Man's Sky is, today it's no longer the solo adventure it once was, and you'll come across many companions that you can take with you. The game now features a pet system that lets you tame and ride any creature you might find interesting, including raising it and eventually even having it lay eggs that you can further genetically modify. This is going to give you the possibility to control how your creature looks like in terms of color, size, and other features appearing on it. Then there's also the Sentinel Companions, a set of AI-powered robots that you literally have to build from scrap to serve as your protector should you find yourself in any trouble. Some of them serve as nice-to-have guides, while others are fully fledged power suits that you can also jump inside of to take full control and protect your character from even the most inhospitable environments. Recently, No Man's Sky finally lets you build your own squadron of mates to command and just fly in combat, and even beyond that. They will come to your aid whenever you call them or when in trouble, and will relentlessly fight at your side every step of the way. Beyond this, No Man's Sky has made some great steps when it comes to more serious, dangerous, and even dungeoning gameplay. Space exploration has long become a lot more dangerous, and random pirates are no longer the only threat out there. Should you switch sides and become a smuggler yourself in the hopes of finding riches, you'll also have to worry about Sentinel forces scanning for illegal trading goods. So you'll need to either be careful or employ other means of evading detection. But there's likely no other feature in No Man's Sky that comes close to dungeon gameplay other than abandoned freighters. Your random space exploration can sometimes have you face to face with such a horror-infested place, but it definitely has its benefits. Every layout and enemy is procedurally generated, so it doesn't always feel the same, and you can always bet it's filled with cargo, upgrades, and many other goodies that you likely not find otherwise. Of course, there's still some way to go for this to be anywhere near perfect. The story isn't really told through any elaborate voice-acted cutscenes, but rather through more simplistic dialogues, and some of the core resource collecting in the first few hours can be rather tiresome. So all of these are aspects one should know before starting their journey in No Man's Sky. I would also add one of my least favorite aspects of the game, which is the fact that there's still no properly rendered water. I kinda wanted that for years, and I believe it's probably one of the last steps when it comes to completely overhauling the visual aspect of No Man's Sky, truly bringing it to the next gen that it truly deserves. Everything else in terms of planetary generation and how the way handles definitely feels next gen, but there's still these few lingering things holding it back. Taking all of this in, what you're getting right now is the sum of over 50 content updates, countless features, and many revamps. There's really no sign of stopping from Hello Games, as they've confirmed a lot more content and features are planned on the way. Probably the biggest one is going to be this summer with the relaunch of the Switch version, which is likely going to also come with a brand new update and brand new features alongside that. This was the case with the PlayStation and the Xbox re-releases, and I don't think it's going to be anything different this time around. But the game made tremendous progress that warranted the best redemption story in gaming history, and given how many free updates are still coming its way, I think it's undeniable that No Man's Sky is truly worth playing at any time, not just in 2022. Totally let me know down below in the comments, are you still playing No Man's Sky or planning to do so in 2022, or have you never played it before? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.